everyone. Today we're going to be building another barn stables here in The Sims 4. I want to introduce you guys to the new series that I'm hoping to do where I build a barn in every single world so that if you want to go horse riding, then there'll be like a space for you in each world. This will be a mixture of community lots and also homes probably, depending on the vibe that I'm feeling. So we are of course going to be starting in Willow Creek, and the other thing is that because Willow Creek is base game and horse is a horse ranch, I'm going to be doing base game only with horse ranch. But for example, when we get to Windenburg, which is from Get Together, I would do base game, Get Together, and horse ranch. So that's the vibes. For Willow Creek, I'm actually going to be building a community lot here at Magnolia Blossom. Now I am a little bit worried about this because there's not really a horse-centric public lot, which is a little bit unfortunate, so it probably will be a park. But what I'm thinking of doing is there is quite a bit of area around here which could be quote-unquote riding trails. So I'm mainly going to focus on having a little paddock, I think, in the bottom right corner, maybe a little bit of a stable area in the top left corner. Of course, we are going to need the park requirements, which is a toilet, sink, benches, chess tables, patio tables, outside patio table chairs, and also playground equipment. But I also want to keep the vibe of it's a little bit of a bushland area, I guess. So let's go ahead and see what we can come up with. Alright, so I decided to do something a little bit different where we did a speed build instead of a build like in real time. So let me know which one you prefer. So yeah, I spent about 2 or 3 hours yesterday building up the Willow Creek riding facility. I actually started to play around with the terrain tools, which I never really do, but it's because I'm never really sure what to do. Like if you do a massive mountain, then it doesn't fit in with the rest of the surrounding areas. That's something that I really miss The Sims 3 for, but I decided to add a little bit of a hill. I find that when you start using terrain as well, I feel like it restricts what you can do around the place as well, which is a little unfortunate. I feel like this lot is somewhere where you can go, but there's not necessarily a bunch of things that you can do here. But we'll get to that. We'll talk about that a little bit later. So here you can see I'm playing around with what I wanted to do for the stable. At first I was actually considering doing another open stable like I did in my family ranch heirloom build, but I decided to do something a little bit different and we do a closed in stable. Here I'm actually fiddling around because I wanted to do a little bit of an office space. Now I'm not envisioning this space as a house and people live here. It's a little bit tricky because obviously you can't rent a horse. I so wish that was something that you could do in Horse Ranch where you could have rented a horse, you could have gotten a horse for the day. I really wish that there was a community lot for horses where in other worlds you could have just gone and ridden a horse. So this isn't functional, but it can be if you have the patience. I do end up not liking this office building. I just wanted it to be a little hangout area, so I did play around with it, but in the end I just didn't like how it looked. I wasn't actually looking. I usually have real life references, but I had nothing. Here I am, by the way. This terrain paint, well, I'm not sure how timed up this is going to be. The terrain paint that I put down at the start is not what is at the end because I just need something to like visualize it. But yeah, I ended up deleting the office and I'm like, you know what, it's fine. We don't really need the office. We don't need an indoor chill area. So I didn't do that. I do kind of wish that maybe I had maybe a couch or something inside the barn, which I didn't put. So maybe that's something that you could add if you like that idea. But yeah, there is actually a desk inside the stable anyways. A way that you could do this is you could temporarily add a horse to your household when you go to this community lot so that you're like renting a horse for the day. I'm not sure how you would personally play with it in your household. You could always turn it into a house and have your Sims live here. All you'd have to do is build a little cabin. There's actually an area which is basically just trees. It is just solid. I wanted to give the vibe of like trail riding. So there's a bunch of trees. So you could always delete that area and then build a little house there, and it would function as a house if that's something that you would like to do. But it is actually technically a park lot, so it does have some chess benches. And yeah, I tried to add as much as possible from Horse Ranch and Base Game for your Sims to do outside. I actually got the aesthetic of this place. There's actually some bathrooms positioned just across the road from this lot. So I decided to kind of use the color scheme of those bathrooms as the color scheme for the barn, because I wanted it to fit into the world, but there's actually no buildings around this lot, so I didn't really know what to go off. So I just went off the bathrooms across the road. But because it is a park, you still need a cubicle space. So there is a little bathroom over near the playground. I'm not sure how playable this lot is with all the trees around. Like, they can get a little bit annoying when you're like zooming in and out and things like that. Like, there's so many trees. But you could always delete them if you wanted to, and maybe add like a swimming pool, or like, you know, add more things, because in my own gameplay I like to have as many items as possible in one lot so that my Sims always have something to do. Like, sometimes I literally sit there when I'm playing The Sims for like 5 minutes with my game paused and I'm staring and I'm like, it's not that deep, but I've like tried to think of what I want my Sims to do next. Like, what little activity I want them to do. Here we are working on the next terrain paint actually. And the funny and totally not painful thing is, for some reason, this did not save at all. You guys will see my reaction. I go in to film the tour of this place for the final. And for some reason, that trashy, like, my placeholder terrain paint is back, and I don't know why, and it was a little bit painful, so it doesn't actually look like this, but it's pretty close. I use the same vibes. Anyways, what was I saying? I don't even know. But yeah, sometimes even in my own gameplay, I have a very, like, this is why I kind of struggled with the previous Let's Play part you guys will have seen. But sometimes when I'm playing The Sims, I literally just sit there in tab mode, just staring at my Sims, typing on the computer, riding the horse. But it's difficult in the Let's Play because I don't know what to say. But I'm just like there vibing. I'm just like watching. I'm just sitting back. I'm in my thoughts. I usually have like music playing in The Sims, like they're listening to like cottagecore or something, and I'm like, yeah, I love The Sims. But that's like hard to film and make it entertaining. But anyways, that's beside the point. Basically, I wanted to add as much as possible, but I didn't restrict myself, sorry, with the amount of trees I had, but I wanted it to feel very nature-esque. And there's also things to do around this property, like fishing. There's a barbecue area. So I personally, like, this was built in the Let's Play world, and obviously you can put it anywhere. You can put it on any 50 by 50 lot, but it is inspired by, you know, the layout of the area around the Magnolia Blossom Park and everything. I also added park signs, which is really cute. I liked the idea of the park signs. But anyways, I think we're coming to the end of the time lapse soon. Not really, okay. Of course, we had to go through debug and find a bunch of things as well in debug. I believe debug items are actually like invisible, like your Sims just walk through them. But anyways, I'm sorry if this like jumps all around the place. Like, part of me doesn't know what to say sometimes, and I don't know whether I should relate to what I'm building at the moment, because it might not be the same. But anyways, I'm actually really excited for this series, and let me know what you guys want to see. Maybe you have an idea for a specific world, whether, you know, I'm excited but like nervous to go to Oasis Springs. I'm thinking of doing a very Western inspired, probably another public barn in Oasis Springs, like replacing maybe the park there again with an open space trail riding area. But yeah, I've actually not ridden horses outside of Chestnut Ridge. I just haven't, like, I've been playing a lot, but not that much, if that makes sense. But yeah, so I'm kind of excited to be building in all the different worlds. I'm actually really excited to do the city one. I don't know where I'm going to build it. Obviously, it's probably not going to be in the penthouse, but I'm excited to do a city barn because I live in the city. So it's kind of like, it would be cool if my city had horse riding, but you know, if a city has horse riding, I think it's like really expensive either way. But anyways, we are soon going to be moving on to the inside of the barn. And as I said before, I really wish that, like, now that the thought is in my head, I'm like, I didn't even think about that when I was building, but if I just added a couch, like, not even just like a full-on sitting area, but just a couch, like, the only chair that's here is the desk chair, and the only other chairs around is like, there's some chairs at the chess tables. I don't know why I forgot that. There's a bench out the front, and then there's 2 benches in the park area. I feel like I could have added more seating areas, but there is that whole like grill area, like literally right as you walk off the lot. There's like 2 picnic tables, there's a grill there, or a barbecue. It's more of a grill. Like, I wouldn't call it a barbecue, even though I'm Australian. I would call it I don't know. It's just like, it's different to a stereotypical barbecue here in Australia. Anyway, that's beside the point. I really like wish that Horse Ranch even came with more like careers for your Sims. Like, yeah, you can be a championship rider, and there is like those rabbit hole jobs, like the community jobs where you can like, you can host or guide a morning trail ride or an afternoon trail ride. They would have been so cool if they were like actual things that you could go and see, like a group of maybe like 5 Sims just riding horses with your Sim, leading them out the front. I was just thinking about it because obviously this public space here probably would need someone to obviously clean everything up, look after the horses. Obviously this isn't like, maybe the horses do live here, but the people live very close by or something. I don't know. There's probably like places like that where like the stable is a little separated, or maybe they just bring the horses every morning. I don't really know the logistics, but yeah, this is the Willow Creek riding facility. Marvelous name. Maybe I should have called it like Magnolia Blossom Stables. I don't know. Alright, so let's jump into the Willow Creek riding facility. So, what the heck happened to my... What happened to my terrain paint? I'm sorry, what? I spent so long on that terrain paint. Wait, what? This is like the old terrain paint that I hurried... I'm actually heartbroken. No, I didn't save it, did I? I could actually cry right now. I don't know what to do with my life. I don't know what to do with my life. Oh my gosh. I just lost all motivation. No. Do you know how annoying I find terrain painting? It's not like super annoying, but like, what the heck? Why is my microphone light different? What is going on? What is happening? I just know I'm gonna have to redo it all. I just know it. I just know. No! I cannot believe this has happened. Alright, so here we have the facility in its terrain painted glory. It might not be the best terrain painting, but I'm sure it'll do just fine. I'm not really sure what to do to show you guys, but I guess we have a little paddock here. It is a little bit annoying because I found when I build my own paddock, there's like this weird glitching that happens, and I don't really know why. It's because there's like no floor in there. If I build a floor, then it's gone, but I don't want a floor. But yeah, so then it happens, so I don't really know how to fix that. We then have the barn here, and it has a beautiful double ceiling, which means there is some nice chandeliers up there. We also have some other lights in the stalls. I don't know how realistic, once again, that is for the horses, but we actually have 4 stables in here. We also have a little area here for some tack as well. We also have some like jackets there. There's also a pair of pants. Maybe, you know. We've also got more storage area here. I also decided to put this little divider in. I don't really know why. I just thought it looked kind of nice. It separated the space up a little bit. Because, yeah. So people can kind of get changed. There isn't like a bathroom, but there is a bathroom down near the playground. And there's also bathrooms across the street. And we also have a little desk area here. Then outside we have a little area where I would imagine that you tack the horses up. And then we have a lot of greenery here with a broken down wagon and a path which heads out towards, you know, the trails that you might be able to take the horses on. I think there's a fishing spot around here somewhere. There's also a grill so you could have a little barbecue picnic. And then there is also the playground in here right next to the paddock. So yeah, there's also some chess tables here as well, by the way. I feel like it would be fun to have some more activities. Maybe I'll chuck like some telescopes around, you know. Maybe some people like to do some observatory watching. I don't know what it's like to play, but like there is obviously a lot of trees around. But maybe we'll chuck like a fire pit in here and I'll just place some logs around. Just so there's like another thing for your Sims to do, because I definitely want you to come here and have things to do around the place. I know that this would be something that probably doesn't get taken care of, but I'll also just put some planters around just in case your Sims want to do some gardening, just so that there's, once again, as much stuff as possible for you to do around here. So here's like an up top view. Honestly, I'm pretty happy with the place, and I hope you guys have fun riding your horses around Willow Creek. On the screen right now is one of my previous builds. It is where I built a family heirloom ranch. This ranch was built so that you can carry it through your generations and add on to it and customize it in your design. So that is on the screen right now. I love you all so much, and I'll see you all later. Bye!